Hey, this is Drew Butler, former All-American at the University of Georgia and NFL punter for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinals. As the Vice President of Business Development at Mallory and Evans, Mallory and Evans is pleased to sponsor the GIAA this upcoming 2025 season and present the Mallory and Evans Team of the Week each and every week throughout 2025. Hey, this is Drew Butler, former All-American at the University of Georgia and NFL punter for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinals. As the Vice President of Business Development at Mallory and Evans, Mallory and Evans is pleased to sponsor the GIAA this upcoming 2025 season and present the Mallory and Evans Team of the Week each and every week throughout 2025.
Testing. Testing. Yep. What's up, everyone? Thrift Barringer here, Richard Holdridge. We hope y'all can hear us. It's a high school scoreboard show. Always got to have some technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little bit with the audio, but yeah, we got it fixed.
Yeah, it always happens after a long night for sure, man. We're going to be giving out an award. It's the Mallory and Evans Team of the Week, which we're going to make an announcement. Drew Butler, who was a kicker at Georgia, is going to make that announcement here in just a little bit. We got scores from across the league that we're going to be talking about from each classification. We will not have rankings, so we're not doing Team of the Week yet. We're not doing our rankings yet in Game of the Week because rankings will come out till 4th or 5th week of the season, Richard.
Yeah, but we've got some exciting action. We've got some interstate matchups. I mean, we've got some border wars, some GIAA teams taking on GHSA teams. And we had quite a barn burner down in Valdosta between two championship caliber teams as we had a combined 88 points between Brookstone and Valwood.
Yep. Brookstone and Valwood was a game that went back and forth, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back from break, I got a video to talk about the Mallory and Evans Team of the Week, and then we'll talk about scores here on the High School Scoreboard Show presented by the Beck Center, live from the Beck Center here on GIAA.tv.
Hey, this is Drew Butler, former All-American at the University of Georgia and NFL punter for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arizona Cardinals. As the Vice President of Business Development at Mallory and Evans, Mallory and Evans is pleased to sponsor the GIAA this upcoming 2025 season and present the Mallory and Evans Team of the Week each and every week throughout 2025.
GIAA.TV now brings you more live coverage of more sports than ever before. Announcing GIAA.TV Lite with live coverage of swim, wrestling, cheer, and more. GIAA.TV Lite is the next best thing to being there. From one screen, you will hear the crowd, see the action, the scores, the stats, and more. With no play-by-play or instant replays, GIAA.TV Lite is half the price of our regular broadcast. Announcing GIAA.TV Plus. With all of your fan favorites, GIAA.TV Plus now adds volleyball, softball, all-star football, and more. Featuring all the play-by-play, instant replays, multiple angles, and more, all for less than the cost of 2 adult tickets to the event. Don't miss 1 second of the action all year long, only on GIAA.TV. This copyrighted broadcast, presented exclusively on GIAA.TV, is copyrighted by the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, a division of the Georgia Independent School Association, for the private use of our audience. It may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the Georgia Independent School Association.
Right. Oh, wait, no. Mm-hmm.
Thank you again to Drew Butler and Mallory and Evans for their Team of the Week. We're going to play that video here in just a moment. But Richard made mention it is week 2 around the GIAA, and I love high school football around when it's back, man. And we have some elite teams around the state that are trying to vie for state championship. Got teams that are trying to go back to back. Remember, the state championships will be held at Mercer coming up November 21st and the 22nd. So they're doing it in 2 days this year, Richard. And I'm looking at some of the scores. We got some blowouts. We actually have some close games that came down the wire. We got some final scores from last week that we can kind of update you on as well. That we are able to have the Team of the Week up, Richard.
Well, we do have the Team of the Week, but I'm still working on getting that video.
Yeah, we want to make sure Drew Butler can make the announcement before we talk about who that Team of the Week was. And then we'll talk about we'll talk about that in just a moment. So I'm excited about that. But I guess we can go in a couple different directions here, Richard. Let's just go into some score updates while you're doing that, and I'll pull up some of the scores that you have already created for us, Richard, and trying to keep up to date.
All right. Well, we're going to start with a Saturday game that happened. The defending 4A champions Bullock Academy defeated Portal 49-20 last Saturday. Thursday, we had some Thursday night action. St. Andrews ended up defeating Hilton Head out of South Carolina. St. Andrews is playing in close proximity to a school in South Carolina, Hilton Head Prep. The Lions ended up defeating the Dolphins 28-14. We had Providence in 8-man football. Providence Athletic Club defeated Holy Spirit Prep 50-21. Glasscock County Public School in the GHSA defeated Augusta Prep 49-23. We had the Augusta Eagles. They lose to Westminster Christian 33-20. We also had Georgia School of Interscholastic. It basically Invocation and Classics. They defeated Westminster Schools of Augusta 14-7. And now we're getting into some Friday action. Trinity Christian out of Dublin. They defeated Gatewood 24-6. How about the Pacelli Vikings? They get their first victory of the season as they defeated Tatnall 28-6.
Yeah, so big win for them as they win that game, and Pacelli gets back on the right track, as you made mention. And by the way, we're trying to get the video up, and when we do get the video up, hopefully here and it is in a little bit. If we're not able to, things happen. Drew Butler, so technical difficulties always make it, but Drew Butler made a great video, and he was talking about FPD is your team of the week, Richard, and very deserving. They got a big win last week for that.
We do have a PDF. I created a PDF. We could just throw that up there.
All right, let's see it, Rich.
The team of the week. All right, as I'm actually opening up my video editing software, and it seems like my computer wants to crash on me. It does not want me to be right this evening, but I'm still working on it.
Okay. Team of the week, as I was saying before, the FPD is the team of the week, and they won their game last week 31-7. So great job by FPD. Some highlights: Major Simmons, the quarterback, he had over 145 yards on 17 attempts and 3 touchdowns. He threw for 50 yards. Brady McHugh, we've heard his name before in multiple championship matchups, 82 rushing yards on 13 attempts and 1 rushing touchdown. And Graham Moore had 12 tackles. Brett Collier says they are the epitome of what FPD represents, and they got a big win last week over Eagles Landing Christian Academy, ELCA, 31-7. And that was a big win for FPD and a team that is playing the championship back-to-back years. They are your Mallory and Evans team of the week.
Yeah, a big win against a private school that plays in the GHSA classification. ECLA is just one of those powerhouses in the private school area out of McDonough, Georgia. So a great win. So again, big win there by FPD, and they will go up they go to 1-0, and they're your team of the week. So great job by Mallory and Evans. FPD is your team of the week here on GIAA.tv. Now let's go back to some of the scores, Richard, that are happening around the state. And again, we're going to have next week a better way of making sure we get every official score there. We have scores that are on the website. Go to giaasports.org. That is the place where we get all our information. You want to keep up to date? Go there and then come back and watch us and give us your opinion. You talked about some of the Saturday game, other games that also happened yesterday. St. Andrews beat Hilton 28-14. Richard, you probably talked about that. Glasgow beat Augusta Prep Day 49-23. Also, Westminster Lions Christian Academy beat Augusta Eagles 33-20. So big win for them. Georgia. And I can't see the name of the school. Invocation and Classics.
Yeah, so Georgia School of Invocation and Classic Patriots won 14-7 over Westminster Schools of Augusta. So great job there. We didn't get a final score on Rock Springs. Gatewood loses to Trinity Christian 24-6. So Gatewood goes down early here this year. Pacelli beats Tatnall 28-6. So good win for Pacelli Vikings. Strong Rock takes down Loganville 47-26. And how about Pinecrest? The Paladins beat Dominion Christian 31-9.
Yeah, and FPD, they were our team of the week. They beat ECLA last week. They beat another public school, Marion County.
Wow.
In Buena Vista, 42-7. It was David Emanuel. They ended up taking down Grace Christian 66-0. That's an 8-man football. Riverside Military Academy, they get the win over Cross Keys, 36-6. And then Briarwood ends up defeating Central Fellowship 32-14.
How about you talked about Briarwood? How about George Walton taking down Lake Oconee? The Titans 13-6. A great low-scoring affair there. George Walton with a big win. Athens Christian also got a big win. I got their update from their AD that told me, Tim Early, they won over Heritage School 43-0. So great win for Athens Christian. Covenant takes down Chris Academy 46-6. So big win by Covenant.
Yeah, and then Thomas Jefferson, they ended up defeating Windsor Academy by a score of 27-18. That was
a good game, Rich.
Yeah. Oh, very good game. How about this? The defending 8-man football champions, Sherwood Christian. They out of Albany.
Okay.
They ended up defeating Vidalia Heritage 33-14. And then we had the defending 3A champions, Deerfield Windsor, took down Mount DeSales 41-10. And by the way, Mount DeSales takes on Calvary Christian next week. Calvary Christian was on a bye this week. John Milledge, they actually had a forfeit win today against Augusta Christian. And then we also had Fullington Academy that defeated John Hancock 56-7.
Yeah, big win. Deerfield Windsor beat Mount DeSales 41-10. Great win for Deerfield Windsor. John Milledge, they won today as well. And then some other games we did not get. Robert Toombs took on Edmund Burke. That was a good one. And I can't wait to see what the final score for that one was. Bethlehem Christian and Providence. Flint River, 2-0. We got an update from Joe Howard. They won 19-6 over Banks Academy. So great win there. But I definitely think the game of the night was the one between Valwood and Brookstone.
Yeah.
Valwood, the state runner-up,
was
taking on a really good, dominant team in Brookstone the last week who dominated Tatnall Square. That one went back and forth. I know Brookstone was down 17-3 to Valwood. Yeah. Then they came back, go up by 2 touchdowns. Valwood makes a comeback. They tie the game. And then Brookstone scores 2 more touchdowns to end up winning 51-37. A high-scoring affair between those two teams. And Valwood, I expect both of them to be deep runs in 3A and 4A respective classification.
And we got 2 more score updates. Bethlehem Christian defeated Providence Christian 35-14. And Edmund Burke takes down the defending champs, Robert Toombs, 20-0.
All right, so Robert Toombs goes down, Edmund Burke back up. And that is what's happening around the GIAA. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap it up here. It's a high school scoreboard show presented by the Beck Center. High school football underway, week 2, baby. Week 3 is already here. What a start to the season on GIAA.tv.
This copyrighted broadcast, presented exclusively on GIAA.tv, is copyrighted by the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, a division of the Georgia Independent School Association, for the private use of our audience. It may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the Georgia Independent School Association. GIAA.tv now brings you more live coverage of more sports than ever before. Announcing GIAA.tv Lite with live coverage of swim, wrestling, cheer, and more. GIAA.tv Lite is the next best thing to being there. From one screen, you will hear the crowd, see the action, the scores, the stats, and more. With no play-by-play or instant replays, GIAA.tv Lite is half the price of our regular broadcast. Announcing GIAA.tv Plus. With all of your fan favorites, GIAA.tv Plus now adds volleyball, softball, all-star football, and more. Featuring all the play-by-play, instant replays, multiple angles, and more, all for less than the cost of 2 adult tickets to the event. Don't miss 1 second of the action all year long, only on GIAA.tv.
GIAA.tv is the website you need to go to. GIAAsports.org. That's the website that's got all the information about the GIAA on it, news and notes. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you remember where you can watch all the state championship games on GIAA.tv. They got the vault there, Richard. You pay a subscription.
Yeah.
Very affordable each month to watch all the games in the history of the GIAA that we have since GIAA TV started. So Vault is where it's at. Like on Instagram, subscribe on Facebook, and GIAA.tv is the place for you.
Thrift, I kind of want to preview some week 3 matchups because we've got some incredible, could possibly be some big-time matchups. Pacelli travels to Macon to take on First Presbyterian Day.
Ooh,
I don't. That is definitely going to be like a game of the week. That's one of those. George Walton is taking on Tatnall. We've got Trinity Christian taking on Edmund Burke. Calvary Christian is hosting Mount DeSales. How about John Milledge in Tift area? That's going to be a great game as well. I'm excited about next week. Week 3 can't get here any sooner. A lot of great matchups in the GIAA, and we just continue trucking along. Hopefully, we'll have some rankings as we start getting some clarity about the talent level of all these teams trying to get to Macon.
Inside the GIAA, we'll be back here in the next couple of weeks. We'll start that up here in September. We'll also have our rankings, and we'll be dropping, and we got to update you in volleyball. We got to update you in softball, flag football, cross country. We got a ton of sports that are happening within the GIAA. So, again, follow us on social media. And, Richard, let's throw that PDF up one more time. The Mallory and Evans Team of the Week. Richard, there we go.
Yeah, we're both trying to do it at the same time.
Team of the Week here in August is First Presbyterian Day. Thank you again to Mallory and Evans for being the Team of the Week, giving the Team of the Week to FPD. They won 31-7 last week over Eagles Landing. 3 touchdowns for Major Simmons. Brady McHugh was great as well. The defense was lights out. Brett Collier's team starts off as the number 1 team, I think, that's playing the state championship in back-to-back years. So thank you to them. We are presented by the Beck Center, so thank you to Roger Beck and the Beck Center for allowing us to host this show each and every week, and we appreciate the love that he shows to GIAA every single year for all the GIAA state championships. From Richard Holdridge, I'm Thrift Barringer saying thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the High School Football Scoreboard Show, presented by the Beck Center next Friday night at 11 o'clock. Better than ever. We'll have score graphics and all, and we'll give you the official scores on what's happening around the GIAA. Good night, everyone.
This copyrighted broadcast, presented exclusively on GIAA.tv, is copyrighted by the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, a division of the Georgia Independent School Association, for the private use of our audience. It may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the Georgia Independent School Association.